Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is David Pendleton, and we're going to talk about the back nine for the Frosty Peaks tournament. So you're going to get to see every single wind angle on every single hole. Shot a minus 15 back nine on this account. Shot a minus 16 back nine on my other account. I was able to get both accounts to a minus 30 or better. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to share these replays with you. Got to try to keep it quick so that you have everything that you need to go out here and dominate the opening round. Keep in mind, Pro is coming next. I'm going to try to get some Pro done today. But then in the final round, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get up super early, post front nine, and back nine for Pro and Rookie. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Please take a second to hit that thumbs up button. I know this video is going to help out a lot of people. And here we go. All right, back to hole number one. Pretty easy wind. 10% elevation. There's not a whole lot to talk about. You know what we're trying to do. We're trying to get this ball powered up the fairway, making sure that we stay on the fairway, though. Pull it at 10%. I even hit a great ball to the right. I thought I was going to be in trouble at this rough. But no harm, no foul. We end up skipping over it and rolling up to the top of the fairway there, leaving us for a very simple chip in for our eagle opportunity, which we play at minus 10%. I'm doing it the same way I have the whole tournament, using that backspin, getting my ball guideline set up to the hole and through the pin. I pull this one at minus 10% elevation. I'm at max distance on my club. You got to check where you're at on yours. We hit a perfect ball, and pretty much as long as you set up correctly on this shot, you hit that perfect ball, you're dead center, you're hitting the pin and you're going in. But hey, let's say you want to gamble. Let's say, you know what, forget all that. Let's just go for the green. This is a great wind to do it. Tailwind and mixed with right crosswind, why not? You can get the berserker. The biggest thing I want to point out here is you need to take a look at the setup, okay? So the setup here, you want to make sure that that second bounce, notice that second bounce right before the rough is on the fairway. That's where you want to be. You don't want to clip the fairway and roll up. I think you'll still be okay. But if you do want to get to the green, you want that second bounce to hit the fairway. So here I pull my 10% elevation. And you're going to notice I just use a slight amount of overpower, not a whole lot. We had a little bit of wiggle room from the fairway to the rough. That's how we're able to use a little bit of overpower, as you see there. We hit that ball perfect. We bounce up and we roll right onto the green, and you cannot ask for an easier eagle than to get that short putt right there. Hole number two, we albatross this on the front nine. I'm going to show you how to pick it up on the back nine. We're not doing anything fancy here. Remember, the reason I'm not using a power 3 ball on this hole is because I have an extra mile 8, and I do not want the distance. I want to keep my ball in sniper range, which is why you see me not knocking the snot out of the ball here. I'm just laying up on the fairway, making sure I hit a perfect drive, keeping everything easy. 351 yards. All right. Getting a little bit of tailwind here. I did play this 25% elevation. As you can see, my backspin is 4.5 bars of backspin. Because of the headwind, I did make sure I left a pretty healthy tail through the cup. Perfect ball. Ball. So, those always hurt. I love the spin. The 4.5 bars of backspin was great. The 25% was really good. At that point there, the only thing that I would do different is obviously instead of aiming dead center of the cup, I would move my target over to the right a little bit. That's how that hole is playing. Get out there and get that albatross, everybody. Hole number three. All right, so hole number three is a little bit different here on the wind. We're getting a little bit of headwind here. And I want you to notice my spin. I play this one the same time every time with the katana. Full right spin. Now we are playing it at 20% elevation, max distance on my club. I chose to put a little bit of backspin on this hole, and then I'll show you why. So I also, because of the wind, just tried to offset this a little bit. This was my first look at it. And I figured with that slope, you can see right here how the green kind of slopes from left to right. I was trying to offset to counter that a little bit. So I've got the ball guideline touching the right edge of the cup. Again, this is 20% pulled at max distance on my club. This is only 2.4 mile per hour. This is extremely low wind, which is why I went with just a little bit of an offset. And it's like, come on, like you got to be kidding me, right? Hole number 2 for the albatross, almost just like this. And then hole number 3, it just dies short of the hole. That's all right. That's no big deal. I got one more account. Let's figure it out. Now you notice here, just a sliver of backspin, okay? I took a little bit of the backspin off. 3.7 mile per hour. This is much stronger wind, almost a mile and a half more. But I went with the same offset, just to see what would happen, because by taking that little bit of backspin off, my ball's going to come in faster. So at this point, I kind of have to guess how it's going to react. And sometimes you just guess right. And there we go. Smack dab in the middle of the cup, dropping that hole in one. So we learn from our misses. When you hit a perfect ball, you can always learn from your miss, and then you just make the tweak. And sometimes the tweak works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get a lot stronger wind, and you just kind of have to think through that really fast on what's going to happen. But that's why I do all this for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, hole number 4. This damn hole, man. I cannot stop from clipping the rough, but it doesn't stop me from getting the eagle. Here we go. This time I decided to use a kingmaker. I wanted to reduce the wind on the second shot, and I wanted to get this side spin 3. Now here, ultimately I just used too much curl. So this is about 3/4 of a right curl. I hit a perfect ball, which is the first time I've done that on this hole, even though I've been eagling it. But you see here, that curl just puts me into the rough, and we roll out. Now, that's okay. I still really like getting down to the bottom part of this fairway, because I'm still going to get to take a short shot with my thorn, which is what I wanted. Playing this at 10% elevation. Using some backspin, putting that ball guideline to the hole and inside the cup, as you can see right there. Always remember to check the distance of your club. You can't always play it like max distance like me, because you might hit a better drive and you might have a shorter shot. So always check your own distance. But here we go. We're sneaking another one in the cup for another eagle. All right, now let's go to this hole. Has eluded me on the hole in one, but we keep getting so close. And I love the comments and I love the feedback, because I see that some of you guys are picking it up. Based off my miss. So here we go, just a smidge of backspin. I always zoom in so that I can show everybody what I'm looking at and where you should be aiming. So kind of notice there, the end of my ball guideline is right there in the middle of that dark green square. Now, you may not have a developed club like this, so what we can do is we can look at the second bounce. Second bounce is right up there on the light green square, kind of at the seam where the light green and the light green would end up touching and creating different squares. That's where I'm aiming. And you can kind of see the red ring is over here by the rough line. This is pulled at 15% elevation at medium distance of the club. It's pretty close. So you know what to do here. You can just play it at 10%. Okay, you could try that, because that's going to make you pull less rings. But what I would really do is continue to play it at 15%, and I would just move my target fraction over to the left-hand side and see if that can help guide the ball into the hole a little bit better. All right, hole number 6, the toughest one in the tournament. So we got headwind. I decided to go from a Titan to a Kingmaker. I had the Titan ready, just in case we got tailwind. But we got headwind, and we're doing the Kingmaker. You know what we're doing here, 10% pull. Using a little bit of right curl, just to make sure we avoid that rough on the left-hand side. And we're on the fairway. That's going to leave us for shot number 2. Also played at 10%. Don't forget your big dog. You can play it if you have a sniper 10, as long as you get the right distance on the drive. You know, it might require a little bit of overpower, so let's just eliminate that. This is going to be a very, very hard albatross as it is. Full left spin from where I'm at. I'm using a little bit of backspin. Hit a nasty great ball to the right. But we're still fine. That's an easy eagle right there. Okay, now here's what you got to talk about. Now, this hole's been good to me, but this wind angle is playing a little weird right now in the tournament. So, I want you to play mid-distance of your club, which if you have a developed sniper, you can play this one 1-to-1. So this is 3.7 mile per hour wind. Take note of the backspin. Don't use any side spin. 4.5 bars of backspin. Now, take a look at this offset here. Right there. So notice how my 4.5 bars of backspin, I got this thing aiming not even in the hole. It's to the left of the cup. Notice here I'm pulling 3.7 rings. So I'm playing this 1-for-1. We get the perfect ball. We love the speed, okay? The speed is good, and we just missed another one. So if you saw at the beginning here, what I would do is I would use the exact same offset, and then I would play this one medium distance of the club or 1-for-1 with the wind. I would add 0.3. So instead of playing this 3.7, if I would have played it 4.0, then I would have had a hole-in-one. So that's how I'm coming up with that philosophy for everybody. You know, hopefully it works. It should. I mean, this is 3.7 miles an hour. If I would have pulled 4 rings, so if I would have added 0.3 to this adjustment, it would have been a hole-in-one. So that's how I'm telling you to play hole number 7. Hole number 8, I'm going for it again. You know, I got some tailwind here, so why not? Full top spin, about a bar of right side spin. And I'm just trying to get this ball guideline onto the fairway. Kind of checking my overpower. How much overpower wiggle room do I have? I pull it at 10%. I had to push the rings because of the trees in the way. You know, see here, a little bit of overpower, a little bit of right curl. Not going nuts with the overpower, because if you hit a great shot on this one, you're going to get stuck in the rougher sand up here. Now, with the power 5 ball, you'll still make it to the green, but it's not an easy shot. But we do get exactly what we're looking for. And here's where I make a boneheaded mistake. I always play this shot 20%. I thought that I played it 20%, but after I missed this shot, I was like, why did I miss? I looked at my app settings, and I only had 10% selected as my elevation in my app. So, unfortunately, what you're seeing right now is a 10% shot. Which means I don't pull my rings enough to the right-hand side, which is why I barely miss to the left. So, boneheaded move from me. Make sure you play that shot at 20% elevation, and you're going to be a lot better off if you get down there on the fairway like I did. Hole number 9, everybody. I'm super pumped because I got the albatross on both of my accounts. Both shots are played at 10% elevation. I really hope you're finding my walkthroughs helpful. Please subscribe. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers. Please hit the thumbs up button. And if you appreciate my content and you want to tip me like you would a good waiter or waitress, you can find a link to my PayPal in the comments section below. Here we go. Katana ball is all we need. I'm not wasting a lot of power 3 balls in this tournament. Don't really need them so far, even with the headwind that we got in the first 9 holes. So you can see here I'm doing 1 bar of right side spin. I'm going full top spin. I've got an extra mile 8, so I'm not using any overpower. I don't think anybody needs to use overpower on this hole. Let's say you got an extra mile 5 or 6, and you want to get down here like I did, and let's say you got some power 3 balls, use a Kingmaker, use a Titan, okay? That's better than using overpower because you don't want to slip up and hit an overpower shot into the rough and kill your hull. But if you got the confidence, then go ahead and use the OP. I accidentally recorded my opponent here, which was funny because he hit an albatross and he's got all this stuff going on. But chip in to draw. All right, well, let's try. Let's try to match an albatross. Check out the backspin. I always go extremely backspin heavy on this hull. Putting my ball guideline just barely through the hull. This is only 2.2 miles an hour, so this is a layup. Can't ask for a lower wind on an albatross shot. Hit the perfect ball. Look at that. Dead center, hit the pin. We're in for the albatross. Tied the opponent. He's probably disappointed he didn't get that rookie chest. All right, so here we go. Only 2.5 miles an hour on this one. But I love the backspin. I knew it was good, so a little bit over 5 bars. Same setup, ball guideline through the hole, even with slightly higher wind. It just works out on this hole. Pull it 2.5 rings, because I'm playing 10% at medium distance, which is 1 for 1. Hit a perfect ball. Look at this guy. He finds his way home. Get in there. Hey, that's it, everybody. Got both accounts at -30. Good luck, and let me know how you do.